Hello, hi, welcome to this video. This is Arvind here. So let's look at the market view and trade setup for the week starting 23rd of November 2020. This is the monthly expiry week. So as you can see at the monthly chart of Nifty, we have already got a breakout, right? The breakout happened somewhere here above 12,200 to 400 and we at the all-time highs last week, right? So RSI is above 60 in monthly chart. Then looking at the weekly chart, also the RSI is above 60, right? So which is definitely indicating the momentum is strong on the upside and we're definitely on a bullish trend. Right now, coming to the weekly chart is already in the breakout zone, is also actually gone outside the Bollinger Band, and it has actually formed a bearish pattern, which is indicating some kind of profit booking near 13,000 zone, which is acting as a stiff resistance zone. So between 12,950 to 13,000 is going to be a very strong resistance zone. So any kind of upside will happen only if there is a breakout above 13,000, right? So coming to daily chart, even daily chart RSI is above 60, actually above 70, which is indicating momentum is very strong. And you can see this bullish pattern was overstretched, right? And it consolidated for 3 days and it came inside the Bollinger Band, which is a good sign that market is not overstretched. Even here it is still inside the Bollinger Band and still moving sideways. So very clear-cut indication that there is clearly no weakness in the market, because if the market was weak we would have come to 12,500 600 zones. So despite the steep rally, the fall is pretty minor in comparison to the rally, right? In fact, very strong support at 660 zones. Let me just mark it out here, and there is one more support which is around 12,550 zones. So as long as Nifty is above these two lines, say 12,550 to 600, I think the momentum is still on the upside. So I'll be a buyer in the market as long as this levels hold. But if this 12,550 is breached on the downside, there are multiple gaps here. You can see one gap towards 12,467, another gap towards 12,265. So this could be a breakdown and a further fall can be accentuated. But as of now, there is very minor weakness, so which means Nifty will be sideways and consolidate. Now, what are the range to expect? You can see immediate range is between 12,770 to 12,940, 950 thereabouts. So it's going to be a very narrow range of say 180 to 200 points. That's where Nifty is. Now coming to the internals of Nifty. So if you're a trader in Nifty, it's very simple, because Nifty is consolidating in a sideways trend. We have to mark the levels of support and resistance. Support is coming around 12,770 and resistance at 12,950. So I'll be a buyer on dips. So any kind of dips, you can see this is the dip which we got on Thursday, Friday, right? And both the dips were buyable, right? If you had bought here with very small risk ratio, and you would have got a good rally, right? And maybe tomorrow the opening could be flat or with minor negative bias. Maybe we can open somewhere here around 20 period moving average, say 12,800 to 850 could be open there. And if at all we come off the open and towards 12,780 to 800, we can definitely look for buying opportunities. Stop loss could be somewhere around here, say 12,730, the low point of here, and start going up, and target will be 12,950 zones. So this is the intraday targets. We can expect Nifty to consolidate. It could be within this range. It can move up and down within the same range. So we can buy somewhere here and sell somewhere here, and if you're going to short, we can short here and target somewhere here. So once you get the range right, then trading becomes easy. So that's where Nifty is positioned, right? So we can maintain positive bias. Maybe if you're shorting, you can short probably intraday, maybe 50, 100 points. But the positional view being bullish, I suggest not to carry forward short positions. Try to close it intraday and book profits, and the bullish trend remains. In fact, as long as we stay about 12 550 600, as I say, this just keep accumulating somewhere this range, and at some point I think we will take out 13,000 and start moving up. This could be next week or the week after, that we don't know, but I'm going to maintain a positive bias. Right now, coming to Bank Nifty. Now Bank Nifty is also in a sideways kind of a trend, and strong resistance zone somewhere here around 29,000. Let's look at the correct level, 29,750. That is the high that was formed here on 18th November, and support is coming around here 28,780 zones. So any kind of dips you can see in the internals of Bank Nifty, any kind of dips towards here. See, if we have a weak opening tomorrow, and even if we open gap down, we can definitely be a buyer in Bank Nifty. Stop loss will be somewhere here, say 28,550 zones. That is the next support, major support, 28,500 to 600. If that is taken out on the downside, Bank Nifty may come to 28,463, and 28,000 is a very strong support, being a round number. You can see there are multiple gaps here again. If 28,000 is broken, it may come to 27,525 and 26,750. So these two gaps may get filled on the downside. So 28,000, as long as it holds, I'll be a buyer in Bank Nifty, and at some point I think we'll take out this high and go towards 31,000. So 30,910 is my next target at the outer end of the Bollinger Band. So that's where I'm looking at. So I'm going to be a buyer on any kind of dips towards 28 to 28,500 zones, and we can go long. So good risk to reward ratio in Bank Nifty. Right now, coming to the global scenario. See, on Friday, US markets closed negative, Dow and S&P and Nasdaq, and Europe was kind of mixed. DAX and CAC were positive, but FTSE was negative. Right, so overall trend is slightly negative. So there is a good chance of a minor gap down opening. And but the good thing is FIIs are still buying. The numbers are kind of steady here. Cash market buying is still going on. As long as FIIs are buying, it's very clear cut that we have to stay long in the market. So there's no question of going short. Right now, SGX Nifty also, you can see here, it is actually tested 13,000. I think 2-3 days back, and is kind of consolidating. So the range is pretty narrow between 13,000 and between 12,750, kind of the 250 point range. So it is consolidating, and good thing is 20 moving average is catching up, and some point it will come towards 12,700. I think by that time we should take out 13,000 and go towards 13,200 kind of a zone. That is the view on SGX Nifty. So which could be mirrored for Nifty again. So we can stay long. Another observation is on the US dollar index. It is at the low point. It is in fact very close to a breakdown. If it breaks down, let me close this. See, if it breaks down this low, that is around say 92, right, there is a possibility of further fall to 91.5, 91 zones. Now that will be a positive for emerging markets. Right now it is clearly at the support zone, right? So there is a chance that if it breaks, it's good. As of now, it's just consolidating at support zone. So as long as it stays below 93, I think we are good. Unless 94 is taken out, we don't have to worry much. And let's go a little more deeper on the US markets. So Dow Jones chart, you can see Dow Jones had a breakout here around say 29,000, and it's come off the highs. Right now it is at support. This previous supply zone will act as support, and as long as it stays above 29,500, I think Dow Jones is good. It can also resume the uptrend. But if this level of 29,000 is reached, you can see there's a big gap here, right? It may fall to 28,410. There's a big risk of a fall here. 600 points gap is here. This gap was formed based on the vaccine news. So as long as they're staying above this, I think there could be a chance of retesting this level, and the breakout again, it will go to 3,400 and keep moving higher, right? That is possibility. So next 1 or 2 days will be crucial, and US markets are having a truncated week. Friday will be a holiday because of Thanksgiving, so only 4 days of market. We have to see. It's a very crucial junction for Dow Jones. Coming to S&P 500, S&P is also close to support zone. So if it's going to breach say 3,500, 3530 kind of a zone. There's a gap here which may come to 3500 zone, so another 40-50 point decline, but it's still about 20 moving average, so it can always resume from here. So not much of weakness in S&P, but Dow Jones is pretty precariously placed here. If it's going to breach this, then we should be little cautious. That's on the US markets. Now coming to, let's look at a few of the indices in Indian markets. Let's change this to NSE. Okay, let's look at IT index. IT looks good, and it's actually taken support at 20 moving average. It's in a very narrow range for last 1 week. Not much of a momentum, but it is holding support and starting to move higher. So there is a chance that IT stocks may tend to outperform, not in a big range, but definitely the trend is looking good. Now coming to auto is on the verge of a breakout, and I think if it's going to sustain this above 8700, I think it will go towards 8800 and plus even 9000 is possible. So auto index looks good. So unless this level is breached of 85.75, if it's breached, it may come back to this level inside the Bollinger Band. Right now the trend is up, so we have to see how it goes. Now coming to other indices, let's look at FMCG. FMCG looks good. There's a good gap up here and sustaining. This could be resistance zone somewhere here. The upside may be capped here, but if it sustains above, there's a good chance it will keep going higher. Stocks like ITC are looking good. ITC is close to about 200 moving average. I think it's moving towards 200 zones, and immediate target will be around 196, the border of outside under the Bollinger Band. So ITC definitely can take Nifty also higher. It's a big stock in Nifty 50, so that we can expect to move higher. Now coming to other indices, metals also look good. Metals, you can see on the verge of breakout, almost similar pattern like Nifty Auto. I think there is good chance further upside in metals. And the only weaker index I'm seeing here is pharma. You can see there is a bearish pattern here, but it's still about 20 moving average. But if it all takes out the Friday's low, I think there is a chance of further weakness in pharma. So I'll be a little cautious on pharma stocks. Right now coming to other, I think we covered most. Maybe financial services, you can look at this. There's also the verge of a breakout. I think NBFCs may tend to outperform, something in my watch list. And let's look at maybe mid and small caps tending to outperform. You can see also on the verge of a breakout. So the good chance of mid cap stocks to outperform the coming week. So that is my view on the market, and we covered the indices and the global view also. So that's my view. If you like the video, please like and share it, and leave your comments if you have any opinion to share. And again, all these opinion which I've shared is my personal view. If you're taking any positions, please do your own research or consult your financial advisor, as a disclaimer. So that's about it. I hope you have a good expiry week ahead. Take care, and all the best. Bye bye.